You hear anything in the background? Okay, cool.
Hello, everyone. Today I have Farid. He is comedian, he is writer. Thank you so much for being here.
It's no problem.
You know, your name seems to be Arabic name.
Yeah, it's an Arabic name. Yeah.
And do you know what does it mean?
Farid. I don't know. My parents told me it meant warrior when I was younger. I don't know what that means. Is
Warrior.
it warrior?
No.
Yeah. What does it mean?
Okay, so Farid, it's like something rare, someone rare in a good way.
Oh, okay, word.
You know,
All
it's
right.
like, let's say you have 100 dogs or 100
Yeah.
dogs, and they are fat and chubby and ugly, but one dog is good. So that dog, his name is Farid.
Okay. So it's the good one out of the bunch. All right. That's what Farid is. Wow. All right. Yeah. They lied about my name. That's wild.
You should sue
Yeah.
your parents.
I should sue my parents. I'm gonna sue my parents. Dang. I didn't know I was gonna be on a podcast today and talk and then figure out I'm gonna sue my parents. This is gonna be wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's 18 years of lies right there. That's 18 years. Oh, 20. I'm 20 now. So that's 20 years of lies. 20 years of lies. I gave them no money. All I did was cost them money because it was their child. What did I sue them for? Wait,
Just
how many years are in? Well, there's 365 days in a year, right? That times 20. I'm not good at math. However much that is, that's how much I sue them for. All
would you
right,
sue
yeah.
your parents? Would you sue your parents?
Oh,
He did something bad to you.
and it is something bad to me. Yeah, I would sue them immediately. I'm thinking about suing them right now.
Oh my God. But like, how did your parents choose to bring you Arabic name? Did they want to
Oh,
curse you or what?
it was an old friend that they knew. Yeah. He I think he passed away, and it was like, oh, we like this name Farid, and but his name had two E's inside of it, and mine's is just an I. So yeah, they just changed it up a little bit. Yeah.
Wow. Because I even thought I was like, maybe you are even Muslim, because some Muslims, they like to bring Arabic names.
Yeah. A lot of people think I'm Muslim. I'm not. I'm not Muslim at all. Yeah.
So what you do for Christmas and New Year?
uh, just like regular stuff that a sheep do. We celebrate it. The New Year's we I don't know, we go out. This is regular stuff. People usually do the presents and all that type of stuff. I don't like it personally because it's I feel like it's like a false happiness that's brought with it, and like people are usually they're like really happy during this time. Then like in the middle of January, it's like everyone's like, I hate all of you. I hate every single one of you. It's like that. I don't like it at all. But yeah, I just yeah, where I feel like everybody's kind of chill during like the summer and whatnot, where it's like that just seems natural. Where like Christmas stuff is like pushed onto you to be like in a giving mood. So yeah.
You know what David Goggins says? You know David
What?
Goggins?
David Gagnon? I don't know who that is.
Oh, you should know
Who's
him.
that?
So David Goggins, he was in the Navy SEAL, and
Is
David Goggins is savage. He's like the biggest savage in the world. You know, it's like when I listen to David Goggins, he kill my demons. So he say like, Christmas, your birthdays are for your inner bitch. Stay hard. It's like he is so motivational person, and he says like, what do you think? Because he says that the world needs doctors, the world needs comedians, and he's like the world needs savages like to motivate people to just push them. Do you agree?
yeah. Is David Gag? Is he a comedian?
No.
No. Oh, is he just like a motivational speaker?
Yes.
Okay, where he said the world needs comedians.
Sorry.
He says the world needs comedians.
No, what I'm asking you, does the world need savages like David
Yeah,
Gagan?
yeah. I don't know. Does he kill? I don't know anything about David God. I think the world needs savages in terms of like, it's like I don't think we would be here if it was somebody evil running the show, right? Like I live in America, right? So all this and stuff like that, this comes from people being like, yo, we need sweatshops here. You know what I mean? So I could get what I need. I think for my benefit and yeah, for your I don't know how Egypt is, but like for my benefit, yeah, the world does need savages. I think savages do exist, but yeah, we do need savages. I think 90% of everybody in politics are savages. Um, but yeah, was it like is David God is he like a savage? Like, oh, he
Okay,
was in the army.
okay.
He's in the army. Never mind. He's a savage.
Do you have someone that motivates you that you like to listen
Oh,
to?
yes, Andrew Schultz. Do you know who that is? He's a Brooklyn, no, not Brooklyn, New York comic. Who's like he's a super empowering. He's like he's actually the reason why like comedians post things online now is through him. So yeah, he's the reason why we use YouTube, Instagram and stuff and do our clips and stuff. He's yeah, so like the independent thing. Yeah, he really like motivates me.
Hmm,
Yeah.
that's good. Do you want me to show you now David Gagan?
Yes, I do want to see David Gogg.
Okay, I will show you now. Can you see YouTube on my screen?
Yeah. Yep.
So you see it's already here.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Fuck YouTube.
Ναι, μα πόσες άισμε να σου πω το μενού που ετοίμασα ένα άλλα level.
Ads are the worst, bro. Motiversity. Okay. Excuse me.
No problem.
We all have two people. We all have two people. And I'm not saying you're crazy. We have the easy voice. That's that voice that we all love. That's that very comfortable voice that's that mommy holding you saying it's going to be okay. Doesn't care how good you are, just loves you. Just loves you no matter how messed up you are in life. So that's that one voice. This other voice that we walk very far away from is the voice saying, hey man, you ain't doing shit. So we try to get this voice out of our head completely. And we live over here in this land. So what you have to do first is turn up this voice over here. The voice saying things to you that aren't nice. That it's in our head saying, you know what, man, dude, you're not doing shit. I'm not saying to put yourself down. I'm saying
Anyway,
listen to the truth.
You can listen more to
And the truth isn't in.
Stop David Gagan.
Word. He looks like a you ever watch Key and Peele?
No.
Did you know the show Key and Peele? Oh dag man. I actually wanted to add a question for you. Yeah, is there like what do you guys watch over there? Is it like a Disney Egypt? Like what goes on? Like Netflix and stuff like that?
So for me, I wasn't allowed to have TV at home.
Oh, okay.
So my dad was very fanatic to the point where he believed that TV is God doesn't want TVs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand this kind of mentalities? Are you familiar?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Now I like to all the time listen to Joe Rogan podcast, some other podcasts. So I don't watch Netflix, I don't watch TV, I just listen to podcasts.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. Joe Rogan, is that like your main dude when it comes to podcasts? Yeah, he's dope. Yeah. One thing I love about Joe Rogan is how he makes himself look inferior towards the guests. right? And really gets them to like explain and overcompensate and stuff. Like, have you seen the one with Quentin Tarantino? The director. What was it? There was this popular director, right? Named Quentin Tarantino, right? He's like a really good director. He's up there with like he's considered one of the greatest. And he's up there with and I'm like a huge fan of this director. And he goes on this podcast. And after watching the podcast, I kind of don't like him anymore because Joe Rogan, he just like, they start talking about comedy, right? And Joe Rogan, he just like, he just lets Tarantino just like take the wheel, right? And it's just like you just see how like what is the word? You just see how like he's like kind of an airhead. The more you listen to him, he's just super just like overconfident Tarantino and all that type of stuff. And it's like Joe Rogan, he has like that thing to do, not really with the comics that come on the podcast because they know him, like Bill Burr and whatnot, but with like other people right in the industry where they come on there, it's like, oh, like I know everything and this is my thing whenever they're with Joe Rogan. I just think that's just a cool power to have over a guest to like just keep them talking and feel like they're like on their right. So yeah, same thing with Kanye, the Kanye West one.
Same thing with me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Joking. But also what I like about Joe Rogan is maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just, he played on my mind, but that's how I feel. I feel that he is a good person. He's honest.
Yeah. He seems like yeah, that's what not all comedians, but like they all have this whole like transparency thing with them. It's sort of like a because like to have like a podcast like that and still seem down to earth, it's just like it's one of those things where it's like as a comic he knows like, oh, I can't be cool, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is who I am, this works and whatnot. I feel like it's still like a strategy thing to that. You don't get up there without like a strategy, but like I feel like at like the core center of it, it's like, yeah, he's humble. So yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, but do you think that comedians should have podcasts or no?
I feel like we're I feel like so many of us have them, right? Where it seems like it's just, I feel like a thing that comics just do, right? I feel like normal people shouldn't unless they're like interesting, right? Unless like it's like, you know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is?
You are giving me all the names that I don't know.
Jeez, wait, yeah, you'll learn. You'll learn when
Yeah, I
you're
will learn. I will learn.
you'll learn.
I will listen to the podcast and Google them.
Yeah. It's like if you're a scientist and you're like super you have credentials and stuff, you should have a podcast. Those people should have podcasts and aren't comedians. I think comedians should be allowed to have podcasts. So that's kind of what we all do basically. I have one, right? That's like that's something that we do. And then like but like normal people, I don't think they should, not at all. But like it's one of those weird things. But yeah, that's just mine. I don't like listening to normal people with podcasts. Most of the podcasts it's comedians. So yeah.
Cool. What I want to tell you is podcasts now as comedians, we can use them for marketing because,
Exactly.
for example, you are a comedian, I can bring you in my podcast and people can listen to you. And then it's a good way also to market yourself because people
Exactly.
will like you for who you are, like you are cool in the podcast, so people would go and look for your comedy. So I feel even it's a good way when you get into, and I feel like the more comedians make podcasts, the more we are famous, the more we can help each other. We don't need the other companies, or you don't need someone to shoot you. You know, I'm just doing podcast from my home. We independent. You are independent with your comedy. We are independent with our own podcast because you also see now how, for example, Instagram or even people over people, they like to censor people and tell you what to say, what to do.
Yeah.
If you want to speak, or if you are having even job, if you have boss who has to market you, you have podcast, you can say whatever you want, it's yours. And you can invite other comedians and help each other to grow.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think yeah, podcasts became that one thing. It's like same thing with like posting your clips online. It's one of those things. It's like, oh, you kind of like need it, right? You like what you said. It's a marketing thing now. So yeah, it works. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also, we come back to Joe Rogan. I'm gonna kill you with Joe Rogan. Uh, I feel that people doesn't think so much, doesn't take it serious what they hear and what they see during the day. If someone will pay 10 euro, or sorry, $10 to for t-shirt, or $50 for whatever, they spend and they're like, should I do it or no? Should I do it? I feel like what you listen and what you see, you should spend more energy to select. You don't pay money, it might be free, but it have impact in your life. It makes you who you are. You
Yeah.
understand? So I
Yeah.
like to listen to Joe Rogan podcast because I feel like there is trust with what I'm putting in to my ears, with what I'm putting to my mind. Movies, songs, or other. I feel like there is more reward when you listen to the podcast because you learn. And I feel like there is also trust. Do you think that you should only listen to something you trust and watch something you trust, or for fun? Just, I'm chilling, dude.
Yeah. 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 Most of the stuff that I listened to, I gravitated towards it because it was fun, and then I started to like trust it. Right. Um. For me, like it all comes from like just pure entertainment. If I find it fun, then I'll listen to it or I'll watch it or I'll read it and whatnot. So yeah,
What is
like
it?
with a like a it like a podcast and stuff like that, or a radio show. I listen to like the Bonfire with the comedians named Dan Soder, Big J Okerson, another podcast, Flagrant 2, with Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh. Movies, I love movies a lot. Like these are movies you're gonna have to check out. Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas, Casino, what's Inception. Like I love those types of movies. When they want to make a movie, so I'm like huge into that. Charlie Kaufman films. So it's just like a lot of like stuff that I like consider fun, right? Which is stuff that's like stuff that kind of like push the boundaries, like the movies I named, they like push the boundary in some way. For example, a lot of it's like gore and whatnot, and like just your thoughts. Flagrant 2 podcast with Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh, they really push like, oh, comedians should be able to like say almost whatever they want. Same thing with Dan Soder and Big J Okerson. It's sort of kind of like the same message, but it's also like, oh, we're just two people like hanging out. So it's like uh and their stuff has like a lot of like 80s nostalgia, which is like stuff that I'm huge in, like 80s and 90s nostalgia I love. So like it's like yeah, whenever I see stuff, it's like I whenever I choose stuff, it's like if I'm on Netflix, it's like a personal candy store. I look and I'll choose the thing that looks pleasing to the eye first, you know what I mean? So yeah.
But do you consider what's the reward? Like, is before you watch movie, do you also consider that what I will be after listening to this movie, what I will learn after listening to this movie, what's the quality of that 2 hours that you spend? Because for me, I feel like, sorry, like when you listen to the podcast, sometimes you would listen to scientists, you would listen to successful people, so I feel like that 2 hours, it's quality. You really like grind. So
Right.
what? So answer me about Netflix. Do you consider that?
Yeah, it's weird because whenever it's like Joe Rogan will have like a scientist on the podcast, and every time that scientist talks, my brain checks out. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a huge attention span. So whenever I watch a movie or that's why I don't read books.
Mm.
This is why I don't read books, and yet I write all the time, and I get paid as a writer, right? Yet I don't read books because everything I see is like I'll check out into a movie if it's not intriguing, if there's not like a scene with a lot of tension or like a lot of cars and explosives and stuff like that. I can't like, or like I'll check out of a podcast if I don't hear a joke within the next 30 seconds. You know what I mean? My attention span is just I can't like I can't read books. I can't listen to like podcasts with scientists or whatnot. It's just like every time I try to listen to it, right, I check out just like mentally. Yeah, I have the attention span of a goldfish. It's not there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, for me, I like to do things that I feel there is reward regarding to podcast or anything. So when I was going to, I did the university business administration.
Yeah.
I graduated 1 year ago, and I couldn't write assignments. It was just so hard for me to stay and write an assignment. We had some assignment or essay for like 1,000 words, 2,000 words. Now, when I'm writing comedy, 10,000 words would go like, I'm having fun. So, and sometimes I feel like um, if you are not doing something right, maybe find something else. Maybe it's not something wrong with you. Maybe it's just something
Yeah.
with what you do. And I'm just talking about myself that as I grow, as I know myself more, I found out that this motherfucker is not just an asshole at the university. It's just I don't see the reward, and that's why I cannot do it. So that's also, I feel, part of knowing who you are, so you don't go hard on yourself.
Yeah, that is true. I don't know. It's one of those things I just kind of accepted about myself. It's like I don't like I don't like logic. You know what I mean? Like I 90% of what I do it because I find it fun, right? Where if something I don't find fun, I just check out. Like I don't like I was watching it's another I was watching this dumb space movie, right? And the reason and I like I thought I would be into space, right? And I'm watching this documentary on space, but the dude just keeps talking and he had a British accent, so it even sounded more like just like out there. And I'm just like, no, I can't stay here anymore, right? But I go watch a movie about space, right? And like Interstellar, if you've ever heard of that movie about like space and with like dude like with a popular actor inside of it, right? And he has to go save this do something in space for his family or for the world of fate, right? And they could drop little nuggets inside of that movie and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's yeah, all right, yeah, I like that better. It's like a I think it could be because of my age, right? Because I'm young, right? And I just everything is just like fun, fun, fun right now, and I don't really care about learning things, right? But it's like a I don't know. It's just at the same time, it's like I just was like, yo, uh, my mind is like an amusement park, and I don't have time to just sit down and like read a book. I have the time. It's just one of those things. It's like, what am I doing this for? Well, I could just be like editing something, or I could be making a joke or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or watching a movie or trying to. I think, yeah, I think it's because I kind of want to be inspired the entire time. Those things just they don't ignite anything in me. You know what I mean?
And I'm really glad you do this, because imagine some people have evil inside them. And maybe he's like, oh, why would I watch movie? Maybe I can go and steal a shop, or I can go and rob someone.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
do you believe, like, do you feel like you have demons in your mind sometimes to do bad?
Do bad?
Or that voice that tried to tell you, Farid, come on, let's
Yeah,
go.
I feel like we all do, right? And we all have like our ways of like controlling those genres. Like mine is to say things I shouldn't say on stage. That's like what I do, right? And then other people they do pottery to figure out their demons and whatnot. Where it's just like yeah, obviously, yeah, I do. Yeah. I think as a comic, you're a little part of you cynical, right? So yeah, we all have demons.
So, for
Yeah.
example, when yourself or your mind tells you to do
Yeah.
something that it's not right,
Okay.
how do you shut that voice down? And hopefully, you always shut the voice down. You don't go and do it. I believe in you. I have faith, Farid. Come on. So tell me, how do you shut that voice?
How I shut that voice down is yeah, it's just well, I guess you have to have like a usually it's like you have the devil on one shoulder, right? And then you have the angel on the other shoulder. And that angel has to be more powerful than the devil on this shoulder, basically. But yeah, so it's just like it's just like a good conscience, basically. Like I think a lot of dark things on a regular basis every day. I think of something just super just dark and things you shouldn't think. And whenever that happens, I'll just like laugh about it, like, oh, that's stupid. And I'll just go back to cutting the grass or whatever. Like I don't really I don't you don't like I don't you try not to like you just think about it. I feel like if you think about it, because everybody's gonna have that thought. You think about it, it's not bad. It's just if you're impulsive about it, right? Like if I saw like if I saw a watch, right, and I'm walking down the street, I saw a watch, and I'm like, yo, it'd be fun if I just smash you and grab, right there, smash the glass, grab the watch, right. If I think about it and I continue walking, right, that's what normal people do. I feel like psychos, uh, like people who are in jail, right, they're the ones who can't control that, basically. You know what I mean?
Scary. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. Good point. But do you feel that, for example, you are not in jail or you are not someone who's supposed to be in jail but still fucking around? Do you think you are this person because your parents give you good education, or maybe you fear from God, or because maybe it's just your personality? What do you feel?
Uh, oh, that's a good question. I think it's yeah, definitely my upbringing. I think God definitely has a part inside of that. Yeah, my upbringing too is because yeah, I was yeah, I never had to like struggle for anything, right? My parents basically gave me like anything I wanted, right? Just as long as I was good enough, right? So with that mentality, you never had to like, I never had to like I feel like with like a lot of like people who are like institutionalized, right? A lot of them are in there because of their habitat, their situation, right? Or say like when they're younger, right? They needed something to eat, they're hungry, they steal, right? Then they're older, they don't have enough money, they steal. And then after a while, you just start stealing for fun just cause, right? If you haven't been caught from the other times, right? With me, it's like I never really had to struggle. So, and then like I was always taught by my parents to be like a good person, right? You had to always like speak my mind and all that type of stuff, right? But just always just be a good person. So with that, I was just like, oh, I'm not, it's like I think, yeah, good conscience will come through that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Look,
Yeah. Like my
Farid.
parents used to reward me when I would hold the doors for people. I
Mm,
remember I would get rewarded for that. Yeah.
that's good. That's why, like, I don't believe in God or anything. I believe in being nice because it's the only good feeling you really can feel it. That when you do something good to other people, it's the only thing that I feel it really exists.
I,
I
it's
don't.
weird. I don't feel that. You know
But
what I
you just
mean?
say that when you hold the door, you feel good.
Yeah, I did back then, but now it's kind of impulsive where like it's kind of like coded. It's like I don't whenever I do something nice for somebody, it's like secondhand nature to me now, where like I just do it just cause, right? So if I see someone, if I see a lady and she has like grocery bags in her hand and it's like a lot of grocery bags, right? I'll help her with the groceries because it's like, oh, like you shouldn't be doing that. It's like, right, that's a lot of groceries in her hand. Or I'll hold doors for people, or I'll donate money to some cause that probably is getting pocketed by some rich dude from somewhere. I'll do things like that just like out of like oh, I'm just gonna do this. I don't, because I really don't feel good afterwards. I'm just like, all right, it's back to my day. If anything, that makes me like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna do this open mic and say stuff that I shouldn't say because I just donated money. That's where my mindset is at. Where I just, yeah, I just like it became a thing where it was like a I forgot if it's cognitive behavioral therapy or whatever, where my parents, they rewarded me for doing good things and helping out people to the point where it's like, all right, now I'll just do it just cause, and cause it's a part of my personality now. So yeah.
And look, Farid, Rome wasn't built in one day, and Rome wasn't destroyed in one day. So it's always steps to be good or bad. So I know what you mean. It's not that you are bad, and then some luck happened or something fall from the sky in your heart, and you become good. I don't, I think it's a lifestyle, and I'm glad that it's like a routine for you. That's the other thing I wanted to tell you is, look, some people grow poor, grow from very fucked up neighborhood. They don't have money, and they go and they steal. But because when life is hard on you, it's even harder to control the angel, because everything is fucked. People treat you bad, but there is more reward if through that hard life, if you win with your angel voice, you after that you will become a very strong person. You will become even more successful. Like Mike Tyson. His childhood, how bad it is.
Yeah. Dad, I just have to start naming American boxers to you and MMA people. Okay, I figured it out now. I'm trying to do more references. Mike Tyson's the way to go. Muhammad Ali,
Yes.
Tyson Fury. Okay, all right, I got it now. All right.
No, I know.
I was trying to figure out the bridge.
UFC, I know all the fighters there.
Okay, all right, word. I was trying to find the bridge. I was naming movies and stuff. And he was like, nah, I got you now. All right, MMA, boxing. You know who Muhammad Ali is?
Tell me any fighter. I'm obsessed with fighting.
Okay, that's cool. All right, do you fight?
I fight, but just for fun. Like I won't go for competition. I feel like I'm not a fighter, and I feel like it's healthier for the body just to be able to defend yourself. So I just do sparring. I do shadow boxing. I love, it's meditation for me. How about you?
It's like my father taught me, right? And he's huge into it. I have to get back to it. We're actually we're trying to build like a gym right now so we could get back to it, to boxing. So yeah.
So you are building gym like for business or just for you and your dad?
Just a personal joint. Just a personal joint. Yeah. Inside of our we have like our house, and then we have like a huge garage right there that we're trying to renovate and just turn into a gym.
So what kind of gym you like? You want a gym for weightlifting or boxing or for what?
We're thinking like a boxing, so like just like a boxing area, right? And then like weights on one side, and then like just like treadmills and stuff on the other, because it's a lot of space. And then like TVs and monitors inside the back. It's just like a personal gym. Therefore, we don't have to like because I hate like gyms, personal public gyms and stuff. I do a lot of at home workouts, right? That way we could just like walk outside, turn the corner, right? Now we have our own gym just right there. So yeah.
To be honest, I hate public gyms because I'm like, like I feel like everybody touches dick and then you go there. That's why when I leave the gym, I would wash my hands with soap and I would fucking sanitize it, not for COVID. I will sanitize it so I don't think about other dicks and people fingering their girls and then come on.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. You catch an STD from, from lifting weights?
More dangerous than COVID. I know that's too much. How about you? Why you don't like the public gyms?
Oh man, I just feel like everything's a competition. Have you ever been in one? Right? Everybody's just like just up and down, right? I feel like just running and everything. I feel like if you see somebody just walk by, I know I would do it. If you see somebody walk by, you just start running faster a little bit, then you slow down. It just seems like everything's for show when you're at a gym.
Unsecure
I
picture.
yeah, I'm very insecure, right? So I can't just go to the gym and
No,
just
no,
be
I
like,
mean the people in the gym are unsecure.
they are. But if I was in there, I'd be super like I would probably die on one of those joints because I'm not lifting more than all of them at the same time because people are watching. You know what I
Mm.
mean? It's one of those weird things where I feel like I'll be able to focus more on myself and I'm just like by myself.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think like as always they say, the only enemy is yourself.
Yeah.
And trust me, even the big guys are fucking insecure because everyone mind, everyone mind trying to manipulate you. So even the people who are big, their mind is like, oh, you have bad nose, oh, you have small dick, you have big dick, you have bad. Because we always look to ourselves in the mirror and our mind is talking with us. So
Yeah.
if you can control your mind, you can be the best guy in the gym.
Yeah.
Just like just fuck it. It's just between you and yourself. Why you are not going to the gym? Because you are stopping yourself. It's
Yeah.
yeah, you know. It's so you should just focus on yourself. If you keep thinking what other and also like fuck all of them, man. I really when I go to the gym, I see like people really insecure. Everyone is trying to go there and do show, as you say.
Yeah.
But maybe you can just listen to your favorite music and enjoy. It's just your mind. It's just you against
Yeah.
you.
What music do you listen to? Do you listen to music?
Okay, I have weird relationship with music. So for
Okay.
me, I would like one song and listen it for 2 days and then hate it.
Yeah, that's everybody. Everybody has their favorite song. They
Really?
listen to it, then they hate it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
You're
my
not alone.
God. Yeah, I don't have a specific song. How about you?
Oh, specific songs. Not really. What's your favorite genre?
My favorite what?
Genre. So it's like types of music, different
Hmm.
types. Like you got
It's the
classical.
same. I don't have different. I don't have. Sometimes I like to listen to French, sometimes to German, sometimes to English, sometimes to songs from Yemen.
Oh, word. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, me it's a lot of like rap, uh, R&B. Do you know what R&B is?
Yes,
Are
do
you
you
familiar
listen
with it?
to them?
Could you repeat that?
The problem with me is rap. Most of people who do rap have strong accent. I feel like you can understand rap.
Oh yeah.
For me, I speak
Okay. Yeah.
English, but when I listen to rap, I understand nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, yeah, because there's a lot of slang inside of there too. Yeah. So yeah, all right, yeah, that makes sense. Because if I listen to I like rap over here, right? When I listen to it, it makes sense to me, right? Um, and then obviously it's more prominent here because that's where it came from, right?
Mhm.
But if I listen to like rap in like the UK rap, I hate it so much. UK rap, I don't like. Oh, some rap over Egypt rap I mess with. They have this yeah, I like Egypt rap. There's like Egypt rap is good. Some rap in Africa is great. I hate Russian rap. Russian rap is terrible. It goes like Russian in UK is just like really bad
Do you
because
know what the
everything's so
Russians
proper.
say? Do you know what the Russians say in their rap? Have you had
Uh,
Russian friend to explain to you what they say?
no, but I don't like it.
Okay.
Is it hard? I bet it's hard because Russians are hard people, but it's one of those things where I don't know. I'm not into hard rap either. I don't like gangster rap, right? But every time I see a Russian music video that has rap, right, everyone has a gun, right? Like grandma has a gun. It's like weird. There's a gun inside the refrigerator for some reason. Yeah, it looks like a black like a super hard American rap music video, right? Where like when they start out, when the rappers start out, it's always they shoot it inside of their homes and every one of their friends has a gun. It looks like the white version of that. And whenever I see it, I'm just like, this is like the flow is bad and I don't care what they're saying it because it's probably some hard stuff. But all Russians are hard. So yeah, I believe all Russians are hard. Stereotypes, but yeah. Yeah.
Have you had Russian friends or hang out with Russians?
No, I don't think so. I don't
Yeah,
think I have
we-
any Russian.
I had a Russian friend during my university. He's cool. He's cool. Russians,
cool?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it depends who you go with. There is always bad people and good people. Um, but he was so cool. So I'm happy with the Russians. So what does rap like? Do you listen to rap that really put some like change your life, or you hear the words and makes you like? Is there rapper that influence you?
Yeah, it's
50%.
yeah. So my parents, I learned music from my parents and they listened to a lot of stuff from the 80s, a lot of like R&B stuff and rap stuff. So I learned like the origins and all that type of stuff. So what really like gravitated me towards it was like lyrics and whatnot, right? So lyrics is what gravitates me. That's why like my favorite rapper like now is like Eminem and stuff like that, right? So I really gravitate towards like lyrics and stuff. Substance, I always like Substance. But I feel like Substance doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say inside of a rap if they are good at rapping, right? Are great at rapping, then I feel like it matters. Uh, then Substance is like if you're a great rapper, right? Then it's really good. Like Eminem, he's a great rapper, but there's like a majority of his songs where it's just about like him being like, yo, look, I can rap like this, I can rap like that, I could do that. And he tried to do like the whole like conscious thing and it just didn't work out. Right. But like you can have somebody like there's a rapper named like Black Thought, right, who like does it well and he can really like illustrate um basically the what do they call it, tribulations of society and all that type of stuff and the world's problems, yet he could still be lyrical with it. And it's like stuff like that I like and I gravitate towards. So yeah, but I feel like if you can rap and you're lyrical with it, that's like another tier. But if you can't rap and you're trying to push a message, just write a book. I don't know. Just do something else. So
No
yeah.
comedy.
So yeah.
And you know, man, it's that's when it comes to be weird because when I grew up, I wasn't allowed to listen to music. My dad thought that also music should not be allowed. So when you grow up listening to music, that makes you different person. You know, that's why we are different. Like you listen to rap, I listen to podcast. So you still live with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And how are you? Do you have another brothers or?
Oh yeah, I have like a whole gang of brothers. I have four brothers
Oh my
and
God.
four brothers. Yeah, I'm in college, so I live with my parents. Um, yeah, it's funny. My friend has a joke, Josh Mandel. He the we were riding together and he has a joke. He says, I don't smoke and I don't drink, right? And he's like, I'm in college and I don't smoke and I don't drink, right? So technically I don't go to college. It's more like school, right? I love that so much because it's like same thing with me. But college, yeah, I live with my parents. But the house is big enough, so it's like I don't really see them that much, right? And so it's like it's whatever. So it's like I get my own space. It's cool.
Yeah, but I know what you mean that like people wait for college life to fuck up and fuck shit up. So what you study in college?
Biology.
Oh my God, what's that? What do you do?
Bio okay. Biology is like it's like science basically. It is a lot of science. It's like cells and uh your body, ecosystems, things like that.
You should, so
Yeah,
you could listen to podcasts with biologists.
I could, right? I could. That is a possibility, but I don't want to.
So do you
Yeah,
like it or no?
I do like it. It's really fun. It's like because I like tampering with stuff, so it's like it's fun knowing how things work. But like it's like a weird thing. It's like if I have to be in the zone for it, right? Or I will hate it. You know what I mean? Where like it's a time and a place for me. Like if I'm in that room or a classroom, I'm taking that test or whatever, then it's like, okay, this is important, right? But if it's like anywhere outside of the world, I'm not thinking about chemistry or like how cells work or whatever. It's like when it's like outside of that room, it's like, oh, okay, I have a premise for this, I have a bit for that, I'm writing for that. Because I don't even
But why did you choose it? Do you have some passion for it?
yeah. Why did I choose it? It's a good question. I've always liked science, really. It's like I've always been into science. I like labs and stuff like that. And it was like a safety net just in case this comedy thing doesn't work out, right? Biology, I could go a long way with it. So yeah, it's just like safety net, just in case whenever this comedy thing
Mhm.
pushes
So now
off,
you are
hopefully.
trying with comedy and biology, yes?
Yeah.
And how do you try? Like, do you like spend half the day doing comedy, half the day doing biology, or like 3 days on the week comedy, 3 days biology? How do you do your lifestyle to get to where you?
Okay. It, it's like it's like when I need to do biology, it's like imagine there's like a brain, right? And in the brain, there's like a pie chart, right? Okay. And 95% of that is comedy and stuff that's unscience related. And then that sliver, that
Oh, is there-
5%, that's like that's science. You know what I mean? Because it's one of those weird things where yeah, it's funny, but it's one of those weird things where comedy is like I don't know if I'm basically engulfed in it, right? Surrounded by it. Most of like my closest friends are comics. I get paid to do comedy, right? To write sketches and all that type of stuff. So it's like, and I'm more in the that I'm more outside of the classroom than I'm in the classroom. I'm only in the classroom like 3 to 4 days a week, right? I'm
Mhm.
like saying in like 90% of what I do is like online classrooms because of COVID and whatnot, right? So I'm not there to really like think about like like science. Is just like, oh, okay, this is what it's like. All right, sit down, do this test, or sit down, study for a little bit. And in the middle, I'm studying. I'm like, yo, I thought of this like funny premise about lights or whatever. So yeah, it's like,
You would
yeah, it's
read
like
the
I don't.
biology, but you will never like if you are doing the study and you find good premise, you will write it. But if you are writing good premise, you will never think about the school.
Exactly. That's how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's yeah.
I'm really so proud of you that you are just honest and you are just like, this is me. Because I tried to cheat on every exam during my university and school. So
Man, after high school, you can't cheat no more. That thing is like impossible. You can't. I think I tried to cheat one time, and I was like, this is impossible, right? I just gotta study. If I know it, I know it. If I don't, I don't. After high school, cheating is like impossible to do.
yeah, that's in the US, dude. Come and study here. I swear to God, we I don't know if I should say this, but I don't give a fuck. At the university, we had the professor. The day of the exam, I don't know if he read newspaper or not. This motherfucker doesn't read newspapers, but in the day of the exam, he would come and put the newspaper like this in front of his face, and we would just use the phones. It wasn't with all the exams. Some of them were hard. But do you pay for your school? Because I feel like if you I went to paid school and university,
Yeah,
you pay them, try to be easy with students. Do you pay for your school or is it free?
I paid for my school.
Did you take loan from the?
No, my parents pay. They
That's
are
good because they
pretty
said
good.
that people get fucked with the loans in the US.
Yeah, they do. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like I don't care.
You do.
Money's there. Is no, yeah. One is one of those weird things about with me. It's like I'm I'd rather do whatever I'm passionate about. College is cool. It's like it's like all of us, right? If we got that one writing job or that one thing comedy related, we'll leave everything that we're doing right now in a split second, right? So it's like I don't know, it's like a comedy's priority, basically.
So
It's
how long
priority.
have you been doing comedy? Or okay, first, how did you when and how did you get introduced to comedy? So I can get both answers.
Okay, so I was doing an internship with this guy named Samuel Bede, who was a comedian who had like his had like a science show on Netflix, right? And I got an internship from him, right? And the guy who hires me is this funny comic, we're cool, named Nick Cantaneo, right? And he introduced me to Zoom comedy, right? Like back when Zoom comedy was, I don't remember seeing you from like when did you start doing Zoom comedy?
Um, 6 months ago.
6 months ago. I don't know if it was that. I feel like I would have saw you there. I was in every room. It was maybe I don't know. So you remember how like popular Zoom comedy was, right? Where like it would be 60 people in a room and whatnot. So I got uh that's all I knew was Zoom comedy, right? Like it was like I wanted to do stand up since junior year of high school, and then quarantine happened when I was I think I was just became a yeah, I know no I was a freshman. Yeah, I was a freshman in my second semester when COVID happened, and during that time uh that's when I started to do Zoom comedy. So it was like a year, 2 years, when I decided and when I actually started doing Zoom comedy. And then it was just one of those things that like I obviously bombed the first time I did it. And I was just like, since this is all I know, this is all I care about. Trying to make these people on these little screens laugh, right? And I'm competing with Netflix, Hulu, and anything else that's on their desktop, right? So that's how I got started was through Nick, and he showed me the like open mic circuit on Zoom.
When?
And
When was that?
uh I just started. It's been a year of comedy, so it was in December.
You told me that you are getting paid for what to do comedy. So
Yeah. So
1 year and
during
yeah.
yeah, so during that time, I started writing scripts for a TikTok, writing TikTok scripts for an animation studio, and then they pull me in full time. Now I just write a lot of comedy scripts and stuff like that. So now I write scripts for them. So yeah, and I get
Hmm.
paid to do that, to write
And
scripts
where
for.
can we read your scripts
Mm.
and the jokes you
You
write?
can see my stuff on the TikTok page, Kyle Chapel voiceover. A lot of that stuff is a
I
lot
will
of it's
write it down.
animated.
I would write it down below the video.
Yeah. All right, where I'm pulling it up right now. It's so yeah, what they do is I give them a script and then they adapt it to they'll adapt it into a cartoon and then they'll make a cartoon about it. So let me go over here. Kyle Chapel voiceover.
Can you
Right
send it?
now I'm working on a
Um,
yeah,
uh,
what's up?
is it in TikTok? Because I don't. Because if you can send it to me in the chat, I can show it in the screen. If I can
Yeah,
Google it.
yeah. Here it is. Here's the link. Boom.
Oh
That
shit.
should be it. You get a link?
Yep. Um, share screen. Boom. Here we go. I'm like Jamie. You know
Yeah.
Jamie? Can you see in the
yeah. Yeah. Ooh, scroll. I want to choose my favorite sketch from them. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Uh, keep scrolling. Ooh, I like that one. This go back up. Go back up. It's the one with the do-rag and the he has the gun and the cigarette.
which
That one.
one?
Go up. Go up to your left.
Here.
Now down. No. The other. There you go. Right there. Yep, that one. Click that one. That's my favorite one.
Did you make this?
Yeah. Click it.
So there is like 9 million, almost 8 million watched it.
Yep, click it. Click the drum.
Sure.
It's morphin' time. Red Ranger,
Yeah.
Peter Blaze. Yellow Ranger, Rhino Daggers. Black Ranger, AK-47. White Ranger, Whip. Oh.
So yeah, and they basically what they did.
Yellow Ranger, Rhino Daggers.
Still talk. So yeah, what they basically did was I wrote a script about that. It was like Power Rangers, but like all their stuff is racist things. And then they just adapted that and made it into that. So yeah, that's what I get paid to do.
Wow.
Scripts. Yeah. You're not logged in. If you logged in and you see the comments, I get commented for every time. So it says written by and then my tag, Farid Frisby. So yeah. Yeah, it's a fun job. So yeah.
Yeah, and
And
yeah, keep going.
what were you saying? What was the original question? Comedy
The
for a year?
no, I think I got my answer from you.
Oh, okay, work.
Yeah, the only reason I like, if you wanna talk, I would rather give you the priority because you are my guest and I want people to know you more. I wanna know you more. The only time I would talk is if you have nothing to say. We cannot just be here and look to each other. So I would push it. So do you have a vision? Like, do you see yourself like in 5 years, 6 years? Where do you want to see yourself? Do you want to keep writing? Do you want to be stand-up comedian? Do you want to have your Netflix? What the fuck do you want?
Okay. Down the line, I think 10 years from now, I want to be able to sell out theaters. 5 years from now, I want to be able to have something on Netflix or something on a site. I want to have like a writing job that's like a good one, right? For like Adult Swim, Hulu, Netflix, something like that. I don't think I'll ever write for SNL because if they just do a little bit of background digging on me, just check out anything on my IG or whatever. It's not. I've already canceled myself. I think. Yeah. So it's just like I want a writing job for Adult Swim or something like that. I want to sell out theaters within 10 years. I want to sell out like theaters and whatnot. I just I want like a large following, but not in. I feel like every comic wants to be like Chappelle and whatnot. Everyone wants to be on the Mount Rushmore, which is what we should want, right? I want to be on the Mount Rushmore, but I want to be where Bill Burr is right now. You know what I mean? Where like you know who Bill Burr is?
Sure.
Sure. All right. So Bill Burr, yeah, where he's no, if you know anything about stand-up comedy, you know who Bill Burr is. Outside of stand-up comedy and maybe a few movies, you don't know who he is. I don't want to be like lead role in a movie. I want to be like the guy who's the best friend or the guy who runs away from the police and like, you know, the chase scene with the police and his faces against like the fence.
That's smart. So you want people who loves comedy to know you. That's what you say.
Exactly. Exactly.
Do you
Yeah.
have? You said that you have podcast. Do you have podcast?
I do. Yes.
But if I don't know, because if you have podcast and you only want comedians to know you, then maybe you should just invite mostly comedians. What do you think? Because if you have podcasts and you start
I don't want
people like fighters,
Yeah, you're right.
their fans will maybe
Well,
some of them like you.
you're right. So my podcast is like it's kind of weird. It's with my friend Angel Morla, who's a comedian and my mentor, right? We're huge fans of Eminem, right? And so our podcast is us breaking down literally every Eminem album and song, right? So that's our podcast. Our podcast is directed towards Eminem fans,
Can you
right?
send me link? I wanna go now. We can go and.
Want to go on? It's not up yet. We're still
Ah,
working on it.
oh,
So yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we're trying to fine tune the first episode and like I could send you, I could and I'll see if it's up here. I made a trailer for it, right? It's a super short trailer. I haven't posted it yet, and it is not with me right now. So never mind that. But yeah, it's yeah, but we're still working on it and whatnot, and we're trying to like figure out what we want to drops and stuff. So yeah. So yeah, besides that, yeah, I so I don't want comics to just know me. I want it to be like I want to be like when I was younger, right? I got into it's terrible, but my first stand-up that I've seen was Cosby special, right? Bill Cosby, right? From Bill Cosby, I went from Sinbad and all the other comics, and then I found out about your Priors, your Carlins and whatnot. I want to be like I don't want people to have to dig to find my stuff, but to be like, oh, I like this guy, and now I see this guy. Okay, word, like I want to be like there, or when I want to like when you first log on to YouTube, you'll see the type of stuff that you want your categories, and it'll say stand up, and it'll always have like a stand up comedian on there, like they have Andrew Schultz on there. I want to be like the face on that joint, not like I want to be where Kevin Hart is. I want to be where not Joe Rogan is. I want to be where yeah, Bill Burr is, or Tom
Dave Chappelle
Segura, huh?
or Dave.
Or Chappelle. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Where they all got big doing other things besides comedy. Kevin Hart got big through movies. Joe Rogan through the podcast. Chappelle got big through the sketch comedy show, right? Chappelle show, where I want to just be like big within stand up, right? And like if you don't have to dig to find my stand up, but it's like, oh, now I want to get into stand up a little bit, you'll see me. Or if you type in stand up on YouTube, I pop up.
Yeah,
Not a
so
huge dig.
that's like your game plan.
Yeah, the game plan is to sell out theaters and to become a writer. Maybe have a my own show, stuff like that. Basic stuff. I don't really care for like late night spots or whatever, like on Jimmy Fallon. I don't think my material's meant for that. I just want to yeah, I just want to build, like, I want to be independent for the most part. And then maybe if I feel like it, have a show on TV, or maybe even get to the point where I could make a show, put it on YouTube, and it'll get 100,000 something views where I don't even need a network. That'd be cool. So yeah.
Man, I was I don't know. I was listening to some songs, and it's like they have 780 million views. I'm like, fuck, just 4 minutes song. And how about what about in the US? You wanna live? Are you where are you now? And is there where you wanna live forever or?
No, I'm in Delaware right now, and it's not like a comedy place, right? Really. But it's either New York or like LA is where I want to be. That's where comedy. That's where comedy happens a lot in New York. Stand-up comedy happens a lot in New York. That's where like you've listened to podcasts. That's where comics get better. It's through New York and stuff like that. And then like LA, the Comedy Store. Joe Rogan talks about it a lot, right? That's like LA is like the land of opportunities. That's where comics go to like make movies and stuff like that. Podcasts, a lot of them are LA. And in New York, that's where you get better at stand-up. That's where I want to go, is New
How
York.
about Texas? Because now Joe Rogan, he opened his own. Did you hear that he opened his own comedy store?
Yeah.
And he's asking for the comedians to move to Texas, but it's still a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's weird because he doesn't live in he lives in Austin, but he lives on the outskirts, you know what I mean? Like away from like the crackheads and stuff. right? Where all the other, you gotta deal with the homeless population, you gotta deal with a lot of that type of stuff. And I don't feel like I'd be welcome in Texas a little bit. I feel like I could be, but I don't,
You
one of those
mean
weird things I don't.
you mean in
What's up?
Texas they are like racist or?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know this.
Oh, dang, you didn't. Oh, you need to listen to more. Do you listen to a lot of American podcasts besides Joe Rogan?
I only listen to this motherfucker, so I only know Texas from him, and
You know,
it's the
yeah.
best.
Yeah, I gotta hook you up with some American podcasts, bro. Yeah,
Hook me up.
yeah, it's a lot of that's down in like the South, and I feel like if I'm just like in a wrong place at the wrong time, I'm not sure. But people are racist everywhere, right? But it's one of those things. Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
got followed in New I got followed by a Korean store owner in New Jersey. It was the weirdest thing on a boardwalk. Yeah. It was hilarious. Yeah.
that's fun.
I was just looking at hermit crabs and they were just like they were like on me, they were like on my shoulder. I was like, oh, okay. It was, you want to cuddle? It was hilarious. I like it was funny.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But the why Joe Rogan is asking people to move to Texas? Because he thinks that Texas a government is the best.
Government's
Bullshit.
not cool anyway. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I don't. The government's gonna do what the government wants to do. You know what I mean? It's like I guess I don't really have like trust in the government. That sounds bad. Like
Anyway,
that. It's
huh?
like, oh, yeah, no. Once you say that, I feel like that's like oh, 9/11 didn't happen and stuff like that. Like all this conspiracy theorists, and they don't have trust in the government. It's just one of those things. It's like they're gonna watch out for themselves, right? I don't feel like they care for the public. I know it's better in like some places, like I know like Texas government is better than Florida's and vice versa and all that type of stuff. I just feel like not for the government, but just for like comedy in general, it's like it's either New York or LA. Yeah, maybe I don't know. If it was during like the thick of quarantine, like a couple months ago, I would have been like, yeah, Texas is the way to go. But like, I don't know. Now everything's opening up and whatnot. Omicron is kind of shutting things down again. People are doing Zoom comedy. That's why I was on it a couple. What was it 2 weeks ago? I was doing the Zoom joint because Omicron was coming back. I was like, I need somewhere to work out this new trash jokes. So yeah, yeah, I don't yeah, government. I don't care for it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you are doing well. Fuck them. We don't know what's going on, but it's scary.
Yeah.
Did you know what Russia is doing and China for Facebook? So basically now there are machines, not real people. So there are
Yeah.
like machines, and these machines have fake accounts in Facebook
Yeah.
to influence people with hate. So now, how they
Yeah.
are trying to fuck with America, they are trying to divide people more, to bring more arguments to social media, and to drive.
Yeah.
So, what, do you
I
think
like that.
this is scary? Because like they are saying that now they are doing lockdown, so everybody stay at home, and now everybody is opening only Facebook. People are not meeting face to face. Americans, like I mean, not as before. And people are in social media, and there's too many fake accounts and armies to fuck the
Yeah.
Americans' mind and manipulate it to share hate, and then people will maybe meet physically in the street after. Oh,
Yeah.
you fuck me with this coin, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah,
Are
man.
you scared? Are you aware?
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm actually pro like controversy, right? I feel like it's one of the weird things. I feel like it helps people go viral and stuff. If someone hates on it, that means someone really hates on something, or bots really hate on something, right? That's gonna draw somebody that really loves that thing, right? And there's gonna be that war and whatnot, and that's gonna push whatever thing that they're arguing up. So I actually like that, right? But it's one of those that's also one of those things. It's like if you about to fight somebody over cyberbullying, right? Maybe you deserve to fight that person, because this just sounds something stupid to argue over. Just unplug the joint, or just like turn your phone off or just like uninstall the thing. It's so stupid. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's like I don't know. I'm believing like cyberbullying. I don't know with like the whole bots thing. I think it helps. I think bots help. I don't think you should really trust anything online anyway, or care about anybody's opinions online. Yeah,
It's
if
not
you care
me.
about everybody's opinion online, that's it's 7.3 billion people on this earth, right? You cared about everybody, right? Because if one person doesn't like it, there's like somebody in Cambodia might actually mess with your stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Look,
I don't.
I want to tell you something. I came from Yemen, and in
Yeah,
Yemen, I saw by my eyes Yemenis killing each other because there is war.
yeah, yeah,
And why people are killing each other? Because of ideas and because of wrong mentality. So now, when I see, for example, how Facebook, this robot, the machines, the fake accounts, that trying to manipulate people's mind, I feel it's so scary. And if people have the wrong ideas, if people keep like hating on each other on Facebook, even some of them is fake accounts to make people go crazy, it may lead people to go in the street and kill each other. It's real. People
yeah.
should be like,
But
it could happen. People should be aware, more aware.
that is true. But you have more. Yemen has more like diehards and stuff like that. We don't have that in America. You know
Have
what I
what?
mean? Diehards, like people who would like die for their beliefs and stuff. We don't really
Yeah.
have a lot of that here. Yeah, we don't have that. It's like a lot of us. We could talk a lot of smack online and then just leave and be
Ah.
some overweight chubby. Like yeah, like a lot of yeah. So like a lot of like y'all have diehards, right? So if like I could start a fight with someone in the mid South in America and know that I could walk outside and be okay. I would not start a fight with someone in like Yemen or somewhere in like Afghanistan or anywhere out there. I would not know because they take that stuff seriously.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we don't.
God, I like this. I like Die Hard. Yeah, keep
Yeah,
going.
you guys are like, yeah, you guys are diehards. We're not diehards. We don't, yeah, because it's also one of those things. It's like y'all don't. America, we have so much things on our fingertips, right? Where it's like it doesn't matter, right? You guys fight for what y'all have and whatnot, and like you guys actually like y'all really believe y'all stuff. We don't. So yeah, it's
Mm.
not we don't have diehards. So people like shooting each other over Twitter beef here, it's not gonna happen. Over there, it will happen. So yeah,
Hmm. I love so much how you analyze it and how human minds die hard, motherfuckers, has to come down. But are you sure? Like, are you sure with what you say? Like, you
very
seem to be
sure.
100%
Super
confident.
sure. Yeah, no, yeah. There's oh yeah, I've seen so many beefs go down and no bloodshed over it. The bloodshed never only if it's rappers because rappers have a they have a what do they call it? They
Die
have like
hard.
a their die not their they 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 presented themselves as diehards, so they have that notoriety to maintain, right? So it's like, oh, now I have to kill them because in my songs I talk about killing, therefore I have to do it, right? Y'all, well, not y'all, but like them. I don't want to put you in that category, but like people in like Yemen and stuff like that, most of them are like, yo, I legit believe it. Rappers don't. They're like, yo, I legit believe it. And since you cross me, I'm gonna do this because yeah, where like rappers no, rappers they'll do it just because they need to keep that up, their notoriety up. Y'all don't care about notoriety. It's in y'all, it's in y'all heart to like, oh, now I'm gonna have to stab this person 1,000 times or shoot them. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
That's really great. Listen, Farid, this is my fourth uh, podcast. I'm taking things easy, and like I'm just beginner, you know. But I enjoyed so much talking to you. I mean, like you know,
yeah, man.
I like you more after the podcast. So some people you would like them
Thank you.
less after you listen to them. But you have been so great, Farid. I even would like to have you
Yeah,
again in the future. I
I love to do it.
I believe in you. I believe in what you said. You're gonna sell theaters. You're gonna be the best comedians, and people only will know you through comedy. You're not gonna do movies.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the best on YouTube, in Google. All the best, Farid, and thank you so much. And I will put your
Word.
stuff
Thank you.
down, what you made, the link.
Okay, yeah. Put that down and just my handle on IG. You know it. You DM me. We DM back and forth. So yeah, that's cool. Thank you for having me on the pod. I have to go pee now because I've been drinking bottles of water just straight through. Um, thank you. Thank whoever's listening to this. All right. Goodbye.
God bless
Thank
you,
you.
man. Bye bye.
Word.